people that don't pay attention to market selection are literally going to lose their butt. They're going to fail in this real estate business.
Hey, David Corbally here, the Real Estate Commando, and we're about to dive into this video. Now, if you're new to the channel, you really should subscribe, because on this channel, I share videos of how I was able to create a 7-figure real estate investing business. I literally divulge all the information on the videos on this channel. So if you want to receive more videos every single week, make sure that you subscribe to the channel right now so you can learn too.
Choosing a market, choosing the right market to do your real estate business in. And does that matter? Absolutely matters. I'm going to show you why it matters so much, especially now, and why the people that don't pay attention to market selection are literally going to lose their butt. They're going to fail in this real estate business. There's people that have been in this business for 5 years and doing well. They think they got it going on. They're going to fail because they've never been in a situation like this. There are market corrections happening all over the place, and we need to be aware of these and where they're happening. Because if you decide for whatever reason, oh, I live near Denver, I'm going to be an investor in Denver, and I'm going to market to Denver. I'm going to pick, Arapahoe County in Denver. That might be Boulder. Anyway, I'm going to pick a county, and because that's what I read in a book or saw on, one of my $47 guru courses that I bought. So they told me to pick a county and start marketing. So I'm going to pick that county in Denver, and you start doing that. And what you're going to quickly find is you made a really big mistake. And whatever time and effort and marketing dollars you put into that, you're just burning it. You're throwing it out the window. And I'm going to show you why. And that's just one example. There are hundreds of markets across the United States that you had better avoid right now. And there are choice markets within those metro markets that are gold. And I'm going to show you how to find those. What I like to do is I tell people to start in your backyard. If you can, start in your backyard or as close to it as you can. For me, I'm in northern Idaho. I'm going to show you why my backyard is just not a good idea. However, I found some just sweet spots right across the border, about 30 minutes away, that are there's 4 or 5 gold nugget zip codes in there. And that is where I'm doing my stuff. So it's not even in my state, but it's close enough. So I teach people to go into their backyard. Look in your backyard first. If you can find a great market there, fantastic. Do you need to do real estate in your own area? Absolutely, you do not. In housing alerts here, what we can do is take a quick look at nationwide. So we can say nationwide, all these different indicators, and it tells us what they mean. We just click on the little question mark. We can do alphabetical to see the numbers alphabetical, technical analysis point score, 6-trigger alert report. So these are all different types of scoring systems that we use in housing alerts. We don't need to know all of this stuff. I'm going to show you what you need to know. I try to keep it simple. But we can look at cash flow. What are the top cash flow markets in the United States? This is a 12.5 cash flow ratio. Amazing. So 12.8, 11.4, 11.2, and then it goes down. I like to see a 7 or 8 or above. A 6 could be doable, but realistically, the higher the better for the rent ratio. And all that means is, how much is the house worth? How much does the house cost annually? And how much rent are you getting for it? This is kind of like a multiple of that. And the higher it is, the better. So we can look at a glance. If we're looking for houses to cash flow, if I'm looking to buy properties and cash flow them, I can look at these markets and at first glance, oh, these are great. Down here. All right, now we're getting into the no. Don't touch, no touch. I won't even touch any of these. But then we can look at like the master score. These are all hot markets at the metro level. And this is what we're going to dive into. If a market is hot at the metro level, that's a good indicator, a good first indicator, but we need to dive a lot deeper. If the market is not so hot, that can be an indicator, but we can also go into a not so hot market and find specific micro markets in that not so hot market that are smoking hot and will be for the next 12 to 18 months, and take advantage of that because nobody else is. So hot markets, these were all 99 in the last quarter. These were all 99, but look at what's happened. So now we're seeing all of these. Now, higher number, the better for hot market scores and stuff like that. Now we're seeing all of these different indicators that no longer hot markets. And then we're getting into some really troubled markets down here. San Francisco is the worst market in the United States. Would you think that if I say, man, I wonder what the real estate market is like in San Francisco, what would be your first thought? Oh my gosh, Silicon Valley, it's just, it's insane. Houses are $10 million. The market's crazy. That's your first thought, isn't it? It's absolutely wrong. It is the worst market in the United States right now. Flatlined. Do you want to market in San Francisco? First of all, housing prices are way too much, but do you want to market in San Francisco and talk to motivated sellers in San Francisco and get a property under contract in San Francisco? I certainly don't, because that market is in turmoil right now. So we can also look at house value. This is another really important thing I like to look at. House value. I don't want to be in the $600,000 markets or the $900,000 markets. I want the sweet spot, which is, for me, about 150 to 300. I'll go to 350 for the right stuff, but I don't want to go sub that, because for me, there just isn't enough on the table. I'm not looking for a $3,000 assignment fee for the same work I could get an $8,000 assignment fee for. So in those, $60,000 price range, $80,000 price range, not only are the numbers a lot slimmer, you don't have as much margin to work with, but it also tends to be less than desirable neighborhoods with crime and stuff like that, which, we just don't work in those. So the sweet spot for us is like 150 to 300, with 350 will stretch to 350. And that's what I teach people too. Find markets like that. And some people will go down to like around 110, 100, 110, because that's just their demographic in the market where they're at. Atlanta, there's some great areas with that and so on. But we can see the house value. We can scroll through here, and the higher the better, the higher the lower with the house value. So Pine Bluff, Arkansas, it's got some really inexpensive houses. Danville, Illinois, Johnstown, Pennsylvania. These are inexpensive housing. So if I'm looking for inexpensive housing, this is where I'll find it. And then we get more expensive. We get down into Kennewick, Washington, Redding, California. These are getting really expensive down here. So it gives us an idea. This is all going to make sense in a minute. And we can do like hot market and cash flow. And it tells us the combination. Is this a hot market and can I cash flow it? That's the best of all worlds. So we love this kind of thing. These are all, if you want a hot market that has potential cash flow, which means that rent ratio is good, these are all going to be great markets. So if you're looking for a market, what market should I pick? Start in your backyard. And if you don't need or want to start in your backyard, start right over here and say, all right, let me pick a market. Just grab one. It doesn't matter. Grab a good one. Just to recap this, if some of you are new on here, I teach people to do real estate like they're broke, right? Market like you're broke. Use the least expensive marketing strategies. Do deals like you're broke, which means don't use any of your own money. Don't use your own credit. Don't use any money at all if you can avoid it. So what I teach is everything that you do when you're a beginner, I teach people to wholesale. I don't want you doing like I did the lease option. I told you about my first deal, the lease option. Here's what happened. Oh, this is great. I got 4,000 down and I'm making 100 and something dollars a month on the spread. This is amazing. Well, the furnace went out, the HVAC, and I had to pay somebody to fix that. And it cost me about $1,800. Guess whose pocket that came out of? Came out of mine. Now, could I have arranged something where it came out of Wally's pocket and this and that? Yeah, I could have, but I was new and I was just trying to get the deal. So I had to come out of pocket to fix this HVAC, and I had to do it. Like I couldn't say, oh, I can do this in a week. It was, cold weather, and I had to get it fixed immediately. So that cost me $1,800. I'd already spent the $4,000 long ago. Now that put a bind on me. I was making like $1,700 a month as a firefighter because I had other expenses and I had child support at the time and everything else. So, ouch. So subject twos where you're taking over mortgage payments, lease options, anything where you're on the hook, for paying something. I teach people not to do that until you've built a war chest. So start by wholesaling. I want everybody to start with wholesaling when they start in real estate. I think it's a smart thing to do. It's super easy, minimal risk. So the same thing, do real estate like you're broke. You're marketing like you don't have any money. You're not using your own money. You're not using your own credit. You're finding properties. You're getting them under contract, and then you're assigning them or double closing or whatever it takes to get an assignment fee from an investor buyer. And depending on the price range house you're in, it's 4K, it's 6K, it's 8K, it's $12,000 with no risk. And you can do it as many times as you want. Do those. If you get a house, that'd be a great subject too. Wholesale it.
Hey, thanks for watching the video. If you liked the video, please leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. This also helps other people to find the video too.